Yo, Spades Gang. Welcome to the BK Spadez Show, where society meets pop culture. I am your host, the BK Spadez, and now I'm here with my very lovely co-host,
Novacaine, baby.
Alright, Spades Gang. Without further ado, we're gonna get into the show. Stay tuned. Let's start off with our first topic of the day. Do you believe that you have to make over $50,000 a year to date at all? Like, does dating even require you to have a certain amount of money? So you first, Novacaine. How do you feel about this whole thing? Because it's been a thing on the internet for a while that you got to make over at least $50,000. Yeah.
Why is it $50,000?
I don't know. I guess that's the median for a lot of people, but that's what a lot of people say. I've seen that number a few times now.
Oh, I think that is like the lower middle class. I think that's where lower middle class starts. 50,000, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds about right for some odd reason. But anyway, if you're making $50,000, I think that you could date. Like, what? If you could afford it and you're not living beyond your means, you could definitely date. Like, what's wrong with that? I do not think that you could start a family with only 50K, but dating, sure. Nobody's talking about anything serious. That's what's wrong with people. Everybody take it so seriously. Dating is just getting to know each other. Like, you don't even know if the girl even or guy deserves you at your 50K self. So what if you're not just going to be 50K for the next 5 years? What if you're working yourself up to 75, 120, 200K? You know, if that person doesn't deserve you then, they're definitely not going to deserve you now. I mean, later. So, I mean, hey, you got to figure out those things. But
I agree with you on that.
Dating definitely is okay. I just don't think you can start a family. Not in today's society.
You don't think you can start a family?
I mean, people do it every day, but me personally, I wouldn't want to do it.
Can you date without making $50,000 a year? I'm gonna say yeah, you can, and I'm gonna say you can get in a relationship, and I would even go as far as saying having children as well, for the simple fact of. Okay, so hear me out here. Most of the country, I can't say everybody, but a lot of the country, I think it's like maybe almost 40%. It's not exactly 40%, but it's right at 40%, like somewhere between 38 and 40%, make under $50,000 a year. So if you are telling them that they can't date, that's a lot of people. I do not know how many people is actually in the United States, right? But the numbers is a pretty nice size number. And you telling these people that they cannot date at all? Like, really? Like, how is that even? Okay, so what would be the repercussions of that? Like in the future, you say you can't date, and we get to, I don't know. What if? Are you froze?
No,
you froze on my screen. Anyway, so you get to say 5 years, right? Nobody dates, have any babies, have any relationships for 5 years. That's a nice chunk out of the generation as a whole. That's one, right? So, and I don't know the percentages, but let's be real. When you are broke, you don't have a lot of things to do. So a lot of times you're probably having children, having sex or whatever, or whatnot. So we're at that level now where that is pretty much a pastime, correct? So you taking a big chunk out of you're taking a big chunk out of the population in the future for not having kids or dating or whatnot. That's a lot of people, man. 40% of the country.
40% is a lot of people.
So, I mean, I don't know how you would combat that. I don't know why people why are people saying stuff like this? Like,
because we broke.
I mean, that's
as
not
a
even
country. We are broke. Okay, not even in a financial standpoint, mentally, physically, emotionally, we is broke.
I mean, I agree. You're right. We are a broke country right now, and so many people. Let's just be real honest here. It's going to be a long time before anyone, especially in this economy, gets past $50,000. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying it's going to be a while before somebody gets past that in the future because of pay disparages, the poverty line. Let's see, what else is going on? What else? The difference between, I don't know, the pay that the employees are getting from businesses and what the employer makes. So that's a big gap in between that. It's going to be a long time, especially with gas prices are going up. The economy is doing terrible. We might be going into a recession. We might not be. No one seems to know.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a while now.
But I didn't know it was a continuous conversation. I didn't know it just kept on going. So why won't they just go ahead and just put the nail in the coffin and just call it a recession?
I don't know. I don't think anybody wants to, honestly. That's a scary thing to have to contend with, you know?
2 recessions in less than 50 years? That sounds about right.
Because what was the last one? 2008?
So 2 times in our lifetime.
Ain't nobody trying to go back to that.
I don't know. Look at what's going on.
Okay, I'm not trying to go back to that. I don't know about no one else, but I'm definitely not trying to go back into another recession. I don't want to deal with that. 2008 was scary enough, watching the news, not knowing what's going to happen with everybody and everything. I'll say, I ain't in the mood for that.
I don't know, man. It's some wild shit going on out here in this world. So don't be surprised if it's a recession announced next week.
Man, don't put that in the universe. Let's move on. For whatever reason, Facebook is tripping right now. So I'm just going to
Sorry, Facebook.
I've been sitting here for like 12 minutes trying to troubleshoot it to get it to work. It is just not working.
Probably longer than 12 minutes, actually.
Let me get the phone out. Another thing that's going on another story that I found interesting that I don't know a huge amount about. Because I literally just found out about it before we got on. And this man that
set himself on fire.
The man is to set himself on fire.
Yeah, so I didn't even hear about it. I ride past. Okay, so before we get into how we feel about it, so basically, is a man that set himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court?
Yeah.
And then he died like today?
Did he pass? So he is dead. So
I don't know. Did he pass? I don't know. And did it happen today or did it happen a month ago?
Yes, I think he did pass. He did pass away.
R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, but, that was.
What?
I don't even know what to think about that, honestly. Like.
Huh? I didn't even hear about this. And I thought I was nosy enough.
Like if I wasn't like perusing through YouTube, and I didn't jump on like the progressive side of things, the progressive media, I wouldn't have known about it. It's not a lot of people covering this situation. I would have liked to known about it, especially when you start going through the whole climate change issues, and because he did it to bring awareness to climate change, because they're saying we almost at the point of no return if we ain't hit that yet. So
I thought we was already there.
Oh,
and I thought we already passed.
Okay, so we're running out of time to reverse it, I guess. Whatever the case is, or at least make it a little bit better. I'm no scientist here.
Sorry, future generations of humans.
I just...
Sheesh.
So, in your mind, is this like a noble sacrifice, or, and I don't want to talk ill of the guy, but just does it benefit for someone to take themselves off the board like that?
I don't know. Was his intentions to kill himself? Was that his intentions, or was he just trying to bring awareness that, you know, this is what's going to happen to us if we don't do something, and then set himself on fire? Like, did that happen? Is that what happened?
I'm hoping that was what the, you know, that I can take yourself out, because that's wild. That you again take yourself out of the fight, but now you can, I guess, on one hand you could be a martyr, but that's dangerous.
Yeah, way too dangerous.
Because you don't want this to become an epidemic of sorts, where people think, let me go through the most drastic way to protest for something that I want done. You don't need a whole bunch of people doing, you know, basically suicides to get their points across.
Or even attempted suicide, because if it didn't happen then and then he died later, it's still classified as suicide? Well, I guess so, because he harmed himself, so I guess so. But wow, I really hope it wasn't his intention for suicide.
I'm hoping not to. I mean,
I'm gonna have to try to find some more, because you literally just told me about this like before we recorded, and I'm still shocked. Like, huh? What happened?
I'm sorry for even bringing that up on you like that.
And it's like, no, it's okay. It's cool, because I'm still shocked, because I literally work blocks away. So it's like, huh? I drive past it every day, huh?
That is pretty wild that you work blocks away and you did not hear about this.
And it's crazy, right? Because there's always random stuff going on in the downtown area, like streets just be blocked off, and sometimes you won't even know until like weeks later.
I'm gonna be honest, I am not well informed about my own area, so I can kind of understand that. Like, I be finding out something like, when did that happen?
And even like the little sites that I follow that like post things that the other news sites don't post about, they didn't say anything. At least I don't remember anything. Then I gotta go back and see, because this apparently happened like a month ago.
So I was watching, the opinion of the other news sites were that the reason that they didn't cover it or talk about it is because those mainstream media sites, or, you know, like your CNNs, your Foxes, and all those OANs or whatnot, they are in bed with oil companies, big oil. Now, I ain't trying to jump into the conspiratorial area. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get all into the conspiratorials and shit. But I'm just saying, it is pretty weird that a guy could set himself on fire and no one talks about it.
No one talks about it.
I feel like that should be like front page news.
I mean, it really should be.
Speaking of things that should be front page news, while we're on the subject of front page news, let's talk about Buffalo. Let's talk about Buffalo, New York, man.
Come on, amazing segue. Come on with the amazing segue. You did that.
You know,
let's
don't
talk
happen
about
often.
Buffalo, New York.
I know you have some very strong opinions about like this whole thing politically and all that. So I'm gonna turn this one over to you.
So freaking angry with this thing. Like, from the beginning to the end, because it looks like the conversation done fizzed out already. And I am not happy at all. First of all, let's look at the facts here. An 18-year-old boy, because, I mean, he's a man, I guess, yeah. Some news outlets say 18-year-old man. Some say boy. You know. 18 years old decided to open fire, okay, in a grocery store. And in the process, he killed 10 people. Not only did he just kill 10 people, he didn't like just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna just wake up and kill these people. This is premeditated. He had a whole plan. There's a manifesto. Homeboy even had a live stream. So everybody that's watching this live, shout out to y'all.
That's good.
He literally was doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Was it? Well, I think he was on. Was it Twitch? He was on, I believe.
I can't remember which site it was. Probably Twitch, though. That sounds like about right.
You know, none of that matters. It doesn't matter what he was on.
It don't, because he live streamed it.
What's up, Tiffany Red? We see you, girl.
Attack. Hey, Tiff. The entire attack. And not only did he kill 10 black people in a predominantly black neighborhood, in a predominantly black grocery store, but they were all like older people. They weren't like young and his age or our age, you know.
You right.
10 people lost their lives. I don't think too many people even realize how heavy that is. You know, what's the guy that killed? I don't even know the guy's name yet. BK, like, I haven't even wanted to like hit the search to get more information, because the information that I got from the beginning has just frustrated me so much. My man's had not my man's, them people man's had a manifesto on why he was doing this. And one of the things were like on the lines of white folks should be the superior race. Huh? And it's like in the past I've seen things be racially motivated and people died and people were killed. I've seen things that were in history that happened before I was even born. But it hits different as a almost 32-year-old woman when an 18-year-old does this. That means someone in either my peer group or your peer group, or their outside peer group, they have children that feel exactly the same way he does.
Yeah.
And this is just to go and it just smacks everybody in the face that says, oh, racism doesn't exist. How? How does it not? And this happened in May of 2022.
Like you said, this man literally had a manifesto that outlined his beliefs and feelings and what he was going to do. It was like 1,800 pages or something like that.
Man, it was out of control.
So and what's been pissing me off about this entire situation is you see some of the more radicalized conservatives get on these news outlets and say, oh no, this wasn't racially motivated. What about this situation that happened? That was racist. What about this situation? And I'm like, no, we need to focus on this one situation that happened. Yes, it was racially motivated. You have evidence of it being racially motivated. And I don't know how you can sit here and argue otherwise when it was in black and white. Like, not.
What's up, Ouija?
Again, what's happening, family? We see Space Gang coming through. What's going on? Not everything has to be racially motivated. Not everything is racially motivated. But when we have a clear cut of racial terrorism, then that's just what it is. Like, you can't redo the history and act like it just doesn't exist. That's doing a disservice to like the entire country. And this is where we've been with all these types of attacks that happens that are racially motivated. We say, no, this person was young or they was crazy, but it had nothing to do with race. And that's unfair to do, especially to those victims who lost their lives. Very,
very unfair. We unalive each other more than they do, though. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure if that's the truth these days and times. I'm not too sure if that's the truth statistically or not. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't really look at the stats. But we shouldn't be killing each other, you know? We shouldn't be. We should definitely be way more on a united front than we are. Especially after what has been done to us throughout history. We can't respect each other, and then they can't respect us either.
Thanks for your comment, Tiffany Red, by the way.
That's what angers me the most, is because every fucking, excuse my language, every freaking body, from their mother to their grandmother to their daughter and everybody in between, had something to say about that punk ass slap between Will Smith and Chris Rock that I still believe is staged till this day. Everybody has something to say about it. Every single person. Everybody. People talking about some, oh, it made my stomach hurt. Oh, when Will slapped Chris, he slapped all of us. When that white boy shot them people in that grocery store, he shot my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? He shot my auntie. But nobody is thinking about it on that level. And I just feel like we are at a point where we can definitely make a change, but nobody wants to take that risk. Everybody's so scared. Oh, we don't have leaders. We don't need leaders. We have social media. And I talk about this so much on this show. We could have so many more conversations. We could be doing so much more out here in the real world, but not too many people are down for it. It's just talk.
They are just talk. Everybody has their political line and their political beliefs, and nobody wants to cross over and fix anything, which is what's annoying to me, because here we are in 2022 and we are still where we should be. Well, we should be putting Congress' feet to the fire and having them make laws and make changes for the betterment of everybody. We still are allowing them to get in these offices after 50, 60 years of service and make things into us versus them, when that's not really true. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely moments and there are definitely people who are still us versus them, or, you know, but as far as the laws and stuff, some of these, like abortion and all that stuff is making it worse. It's exasperating. Yeah.
That's the only thing that really makes it feel that way, is us versus them, is the laws, really. Like, everything else is starting to come around these days and times, but the laws definitely still make it feel like that.
Tiffany Red said, which is wisdom over feelings. That's our fam right there. So you guys make sure you follow her page. She says black femicide happens every 5.5 hours. 2,500 women and children versus 300 senseless police shootings a year. It was definitely racially motivated. He didn't go where the gangsters were.
Honestly, both of those numbers, ridiculous. Both of those numbers are ridiculous.
Like, I'm not finna sit here and be like, oh, that's not ridiculous. You're right. That is, both of those numbers are ridiculous.
The black femicide, we've talked about that, about how the black woman is definitely not protected in this country. I think we talked about it a little bit when we were heavily talking about Will and Jada and things like that, and how Jada was just episodes, yes, Jada was so supported, and now it's like, crucify her every moment you get these days and times. So if they could do that easily, they're definitely not protecting us in the real world. The most imitated, the most replicated.
So my thing is it fair? And this is a legit question. Is it fair for us to kind of lump all types of situations together? Should we be lumping femicide in the conversation with racially motivated terrorist attacks? Should we be lumping that in with the murder rate of black people, or black on black crime, or white on white crime, or Asian on it? Like, should we be equating any of those things, or police brutality for that matter? Should we be using all those situations to talk about another situation? Sorry. Like,
I think
those, to me personally, they are all separate things.
They're all super separate things. I feel like we should all touch base on every single thing, but take things one step at a time. Even maybe if it's 2-3 steps at a time. But if you're talking about this at this point, let's keep it there.
Yeah.
Then so we're not mixing anything, because that's when tempers flare. That's when emotions get involved, because it's like you're pulling me in this direction. Now we're going into this direction. Now my mind is going everywhere because I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling the anger from everything. So
absolutely,
I feel like we should definitely have these conversations about everything, but we do have to take the time. It has to be said, though. We have to have the conversations.
We do have to have the conversations, but like you said, we have to separate these conversations, because what happens is if we're talking about, again, Buffalo, New York, we're talking about Buffalo, New York right now. If we allow, say, someone to come in and talk about police brutality, then it kind of shifts that conversation, and which is what's happening in the media right now, because it went from a conversation for like a week about what happened in Buffalo, and then they shifted the narrative to something else.
BK,
if you're just joining us, what's happening, everybody? What's good? Thanks BK, you guys for coming through with us live.
I saw literally with the main news sites, maybe 3 days, because Joe Biden claimed he denounced white supremacy. Oh boy! So
here you go. You've been on Joe Biden's neck.
If y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all know. Anybody I've talked to in the past 72 hours, woo, child. But yes. He apparently denounced white supremacy when all of this happened, but nothing else happened. The people went into, what was it, a nail salon, a spa? Shot the Asians up. Stop Asian hate everywhere. Facebook changing the daggone filter and everything. Watch, we don't even get a background from Facebook for Juneteenth. Watch. They didn't give us one last year. No, was it last year or a year before last when they had the damn chains breaking? That shit was racist. I don't care what nobody says.
I don't know. Hey, I'm glad you brought up Juneteenth, because we're about to shift gears right now to everybody panicking. That's another one. That was another B segue, by the way. Speaking of Juneteenth, let's talk about this damn ice cream everybody been literally fussing about here. Because I'm like, yo, are we really pissed off because Walmart made some ice cream?
Now y'all know daggone I can't even get this sentence out. I can't even get this sentence out.
Take your time.
Now y'all know daggone well, out of all the corporations that couldn't wait to just steal something, what I was more angry about was that the black company has that same exact flavor as the Great Value brand.
Walmart just probably could have just took that flavor and just, put it in their store and sold it.
They could have just made it a flavor.
Hold on, Kevin said, at least it's red velvet. It looks like they did a little bit of research when they made the ice cream. They know black people love red velvet.
That was the whole kill. That's the kill right there.
Honestly,
everything. When I seen the flavors, I go some red velvet cream cheese.
I was like, yo, first of all, what black person they got in the kitchen and they're making red velvet cream cheese ice cream? That's number one. Red said they capitalize off anything.
Off anything.
You're right. They absolutely do.
They do.
And I see people getting outraged, having full-on think tanks about how terrible of an idea this is. And don't get me wrong.
We saw more talk about that than freaking Buffalo.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm like, I agree. I understand the hypocrisy of it all. It is a little messed up. But at the same time, no, it's
ice cream. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
And I was on Facebook on my personal page, and I was like, you know, if you keep sharing the photo and you keep bringing up the name of it, people are just going to go get curious and buy it. You are literally doing Walmart a favor. You are word of
Free
mouth
marketing
the ice cream for them this entire time. Like, you are fussing, you are mad, you're cussing out people, blocking folks in your Facebook mentions because they agree or disagree about the damn ice cream. Just don't buy it. Just don't talk about it. If your goal is to not have people buy the ice cream, don't post the ice cream.
Now you're gonna get those. Now they're gonna get those random ads out of nowhere. Walmart, get your new ice cream. Buy one get one.
Oh, you know them ads are coming. You know them ads are coming, man.
But you set yourself up. Sure, I probably got an ad waiting on me right now.
Like the other day, on our official Twitter account at the BK Spadez Show, I had posted because, in all honesty, I saw the ice cream post moving, and before it got too bad, I was like, because I seen some people fussing, I was like, I'm not gonna say anything about the ice cream because I don't want to promote the ice cream. So I was like, okay, listen, this is what you do. It's Juneteenth. Just don't buy Juneteenth products from non-black owned entities.
Easy.
Simple. Like, if you're gonna buy something that says Juneteenth, buy it from a black owned business. Easy. Or a creator that is making Juneteenth stuff. And this is not to tell you because a couple of people got in their feelings and was like, oh my God, why would I just buy black? That ain't what the hell I said. I didn't say just buy black. What I said was, if you are going to buy Juneteenth stuff, buy from a black owned company. Because Walmart and any other company ain't give a damn about you, your black ass, or anything all year long. Maybe around Black History Month, they cared a little bit. But honestly, they didn't care about you this entire time. Am I wrong?
No.
So why should you give them their hard-earned money, your hard-earned money, because they made a black product for you? It's just that simple.
It was, what did it say on the napkins? It's the freedom for me.
Come on, man. The audacity, it's the freedom for me.
I wanted to fight because
Who signed off on that?
Who said we free? Who said we free?
I mean,
who said we free?
Let's not get all into the conspiracy of things.
Okay, I mean, technically,
it on the level today.
Okay, before I get kicked off, you right, and before we get kicked off, you right. But who in their life ever said it's the freedom for me?
A real from the live chat. Wisdom over feelings, which is Tiffany Red, said, "I want the hat."
Tiff, wait, it's so funny because I got it from Walmart.
Yo, the audacity of you out here just trying to flame Walmart up, and you got a hat from Walmart.
I gotta get the honey pot pads from there. Sorry, and I always look at their hats. I always look at their hats.
Before we get off of Walmart, listen, it's okay to shop at predominantly white-owned establishments. They are ingrained into the country. We have a capitalist country, so you kind of have to because they are basically the country. You start shopping there, and shit start falling apart. We don't need that. We're in a bad enough predicament as we are. They already price hiking and shit. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you not to shop there. I'm just telling you to add.
That's why I gotta get it from Walmart. That's why you gotta get certain products from Walmart.
I'm just telling you to add a black-owned shop or a local black-owned business or a black-owned product to your shopping list. Like, case in point, Target sells black-owned merchandise from time to time.
Facts.
I wish they'd do it.
The t-shirts, the hats, everything. Tiff, my bad, BK. She said
it's all good. She
said they do have some good anime gear. It's facts. Socks, t-shirts, hats. It's facts.
But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all talk about y'all merchandise later. No, it's all good. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just add a black, like, at least for Juneteenth this year, for the month of June, just add a black product. Find something you need. Is it black battery companies out here? It's black underwear makers. I'm sure that's probably like black cotton, like cotton products out here, like your Q-tips and stuff like that. There's, if you need trimmers, there are black companies for that. There's a black makeup companies, a lot of those. Clothing companies, a lot of those. Like, just go out, find you some black-owned companies, and just add, you know, that product to your shopping list. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Like, don't change your shopping habits too much. Just add a black product. I'm not telling you just to buy black products. I would never do that. And I'm not telling you just to buy black because they're black. If you're going to buy, I'm telling you to actually invest in black-owned companies as well as all the other companies that you invest in. And if you're going to buy, you know what I'm saying, go buy quality, find quality.
Find the quality.
It's going to take time, just like it would if you go online and you see a company that's owned by some white owners and they have something that you might want. You're going to sit there, you're going to read all the comments, you're going to look at the stars. Do that with your black-owned companies too. And then just buy from them. Just buy from them. I'm off my soapbox on this situation. I'm sorry.
Facts.
And also, just, you know.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you there. Okay?
Just to round this off, I do have some Walmart jogging pants. And they got, what's the anime with the little swordsman with the water? What's his name?
Swordsman with the water?
Yeah, when he do his moves.
Demon Slayer?
Thank you, Demon Slayer. They will fly. I don't even watch Demon Slayer like that. I watch it, but not like that. But I had synced the pants. And I was like, I gotta get them. The colors is popping. I do. I watched the first season. All right, we gotta move on because I said an hour, so I'm gonna try to do this within an hour.
What else we got?
We talked about the ice cream. We've talked about dating, making $50,000 a year.
We talked
about New York. Last on the docket, Sasha Banks, Naomi versus WWE.
Oh, dang. Young, I forgot this part. Oh,
I don't want to talk about it for real.
I ain't even going to hold you. I don't want to talk either because
it's a big event, though. Like, okay, for those of you that don't know, Sasha Banks, Naomi are two very popular women wrestlers. They walked out.
Black women
wrestlers. They walked out of Monday Night Raw before the show started, from my understanding, even though WWE said something differently. Before the show started, because they didn't agree with a decision that WWE had made for them. In the main event, Naomi was going to pin Sasha. They are the tag team champions. The women's tag team champions. They were the women's tag team champions. Raw, they gave their titles up because they didn't agree with the decision. Because they were going to be put against each other. Naomi was going to pin Sasha Banks and she was going to fight Bianca Belair at a
in WrestleMania
event. No. WrestleMania's already happened. And then Sasha was going to win her match on Friday Night SmackDown and to set up a match with Ronda Rousey.
This all last week.
Yeah, this is why they ended up walking out. They didn't agree with that decision because they are the tag team champions and they want to elevate the women's division to give women more opportunity. That was their ultimate reason for it. WWE did the weird thing by making the whole statement to make them seem unprofessional. Basically, they said they walked out right before the main event. They had 8 hours to prepare earlier. This is WWE's statement. They walked out before the main event. They had 8 hours to prepare. And they said the people that they were working with were going to be unsafe in the ring. That is what WWE said, Naomi and Sasha said, before they handed their titles to John Laurinaitis and left. That's not what happened, though. What happened was that morning or that afternoon, whatnot, they had already left. Right? They had already had the conversation. They had already had the argument. They was already upset. And apparently Sasha was upset about some other things. But they handed the championships before the show, so WWE had time to change the main event. But they refused to do so, and then they blamed them, Sasha and Naomi, and they were saying that they were letting the fans down because they were advertised, even though WWE did not advertise the main event until after they were gone. Yeah. So WWE was being real shady this week. And don't get me wrong, there has been other times where superstars left before shows or before matches, like Stone Cold not wanting to put over Brock Lesnar, and then The Rock buried him. Mm-hmm. But this seemed a little different because WWE put a statement that it wasn't kayfabe. It was they pulled the blinders off a little bit when they made this statement. This is a full-on actual statement to attack the work ethic of two of their biggest stars, which is why a lot of the fans are pissed off. Naomi and Sasha probably has a huge fan. They do have a huge fan base on Twitter, and a lot of people are upset right now. And WWE even went as far as pulling their merchandise off the store and shutting down their Facebook pages. And I think Sasha may have had 2 million plus followers, and Naomi had 1 point something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So WWE was being real shiesty. Even had the announcers run them down. It's being unprofessional on the show as well. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I didn't know all of that happened afterwards.
Oh man, it's a mess.
Sometimes when I hear things about WWE, it kind of feels like they want to, I don't want to say that because we live.
No, what is it? Unless it's bad, I want to hear it.
It is.
How bad is it?
Sometimes it feels like WWE runs a plantation.
I guess that could be argued in a sense.
With certain people, and it's like, come on now. Sasha Banks and Naomi definitely deserve nothing but the greatest.
Facts.
Nothing but the greatest.
Most fans would rather see them than say Ronda and Charlotte right now. So I
no
understand.
Facts. Heavy on the Ronda and super heavy on the Charlotte, because everybody tired of Charlotte right now. But the simple fact is, so they wanted Naomi to pin Sasha. You said
yes, and that was the reason they was upset.
Then they was gonna break up the tag team.
I wouldn't say that, but they definitely felt like it was senseless for them to be pinning each other.
That is senseless. What's the point?
I don't know.
They want them to go back and forth. First of all, that storyline is tired. Tired of the women's tag team doing that.
True. They get together for a few months and break up.
Exactly. Why they can't be strong like the men's tag teams?
That could be said about a lot of
especially
things.
Especially with the solidarity, like the men's tag team. Of course, sometimes you get the storyline. You have somebody turn on somebody, but for the majority, it's like we brothers.
They give them years down the road to build that too, before they do the breakup. I think it's only one tag team that I've seen them break up prematurely, and I think that was Heavy Machinery.
I don't know who them people is.
The big guy. They be doing the worm. Tucker and Otis. The one they made him cut the beard, and then he just looked like a marshmallow.
Oh, Otis and Tucker. That's not his name.
Tucker was his original partner.
Oh.
Yeah, WWE broke them up too. Really, really prematurely. And then Tucker got released.
Wow.
Yeah.
See? And it's like, it's hard because, I've had this love-hate relationship with the WWE since a little girl. So it's hard because I literally just started watching again. I just started watching again a little bit after the watch party because I missed the shows right after WrestleMania, but I had watched a couple of shows here and there in between, but being excited to watch another show, that was like that night that happened. I was like, man, I'm turning this off. I'm going to sleep.
I
got work in the morning anyway.
I'm real quick to turn them off. I'm like, man. But in my defense, it's been weeks since I watched. I think the last 4 show I watched was like right after WrestleMania, because I be seeing the bullshit coming. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass on this one. Like, I was already kind of like done with the product when they broke up. What's the name? What's the name of the group? The Hurt Business. I was like, yo, we finally had a strong black group, man. And it just seems like they don't see the value, and I can't say that completely because it's not true. When you look at the New Day, they're a black group, but then essentially they basically broke them up as well. Yeah, they sent Big E to one show, and then they sent Kofi and Xavier to the other show.
But and then Xavier became King of the Ring. So he had like his own little thing going for a while.
Yeah, so they couldn't break them up completely because Xavier, Kofi, and Big E really ain't having that. But they had pull, but they were in a position together where they had power together, and that's the thing people tend not to pay attention to. Usually in WWE, the men, aside from say a Becky or a Charlotte right now, the men usually have, especially when you're selling merchandise crazy. When you're successful, the people love you like they do. Especially on the money making side of things, because when the people love you, you sell tickets, you put asses in the seats. So they have a lot of power. Xavier, Kofi, and Big E has a lot of say. Not as much as say a Stone Cold or Triple H ever had, but they do have staying power together. So that's the thing. It's a lot of politics backstage. And if you don't have the power, or you don't have anybody to go to bat for you, they're not going to listen to you. And what's really messed up about the situation with Sasha and Naomi was when they went back to state their case, it was said that they had an attitude and they need to check their attitude. And I feel like that is something that black women as a whole always been dealing with in like every aspect of their employment, like ever. You always hear that black women have attitudes, but when other people go back and do the same exact thing, even if black women are being diplomatic, case in point, Naomi has never had an issue for real. Not a real issue. We've seen and we've watched documents of when they pulled Naomi from things, taking opportunities from Naomi, and changed Naomi's situation or told her no, she'll be hurt by it, but she'll take it in stride, go back to the drawing board and do something else. This is what they do all the time. Like, this is what she does all the time. So for them to come up with a narrative of saying that she has an attitude, I call bullshit on that. Kevin said, what about Jimmy? What is he doing to protect his wife? Okay, so I don't know. I can't really tell you that, honestly. But my theory is I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if they're not going to bat for them.
Yeah.
If they're not backstage trying to get them back in the position that they deserve to be in.
Yeah.
But what is his real role there? Like, what is he supposed to do? Walk away and quit? Then they have no leverage. Like, he's the only leverage she has other than Roman, and there's no guarantee for Roman. That ain't Roman's wife. So you're right though. Jimmy definitely should be protecting her, and I'm pretty sure he probably is. He seems to be very outspoken about his wife when people mess with her. So I'm pretty sure they probably had words or is having words all the time right now. But I can't really say that.
All the time.
That would be disingenuous of me to assume that.
I hate to be that person, but do you think it got too black in the women's side? Because you got Bianca Belair as the Raw Women's title champion, I should say. And then, Sasha and Naomi just won the tag team.
I think so. But what's crazy is, what other tag team is that strong? What other tag team do you have? There is none. That's it. Sasha and Naomi was the strongest tag team in the division. The only other tag team you had was Rhea Ripley and Liv, but you broke them up. And then you had Doudrop
But Rhea was just with daggone Nikki ASH not too long ago. So
she was with her. They broke them up.
I kind of feel like they weren't even using Rhea to their advantage.
No, I mean, I'm glad she's at where she's at. Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
But you know, it's just the hypocrisy of WWE, and they say like, yeah, we give equal opportunities, but really the opportunities are not equal for everybody. And I mean, it's the nature of the business. It's the nature of the business. It's not going to be equal. But why does it have to be like that? Like, you literally hold all the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like you do. Like, nobody else holds the cards. They do. They hold all of them. So why can't they give everybody the same opportunities? If something not working, you should give them the same opportunities you give all the men to make it work. You should give them the same time.
Exactly. If they can't be marketable on the men's side, because some men don't even get their chances either. But it's like, if they're not marketable, or if they can't be like a heavyweight, they don't really get pushed. For the women, it's like, we're going to give them the bottom of the barrel and then let them just fight. That's right. Pretty much how it is. And put Charlotte at the top because she's Ric Flair's daughter.
It is a weird flex. And
that's how I feel.
Oh, that's what Sasha was upset about. So rumor has it that most of this is like 90% rumor, honestly, because we don't have actual confirmations for it. We only have the word of a friend of theirs. So rumor has it is that Sasha was supposed to win the Royal Rumble or something or another and face Charlotte, but Ronda decided to come back and pushed her spot. Remember, she had the whole Sailor Moon get up. Like, she looked like she was gearing up for a win. So, I totally understand her being pissed off if she is. And she should be. She should be pissed off and she should be passionate.
She missed her spot when she caught the COVID last year, remember? She had, because she was supposed to go against Bianca.
So,
and then Becky came back.
Yeah. My whole thing, and then we're going to have to end the show. I think the worst part of this is some of the fans. Not all of us. A lot of us understand that sometimes your employee be on some bullshit and you got to take a stand at some point. But the people that are basically telling them to shut up and wrestle because they are given an opportunity from WWE. Listen, that's bull. That's bull, man. Like, they're not given anything. They earned that opportunity. They worked hard for that opportunity. And if you worked hard for an opportunity and you built yourself up from literally nothing and somebody that's not you, you are causing you to fail. And this is not on your own volition. It's not on your own skill. It's because someone decided that they don't want you to succeed in that way. Wouldn't you want to fight it? Wouldn't you have something to say? If you was working at Walmart and you was the best store shelf stacker at Walmart, and then they pulled you and put you on the cashier, wouldn't you not be pissed?
There you go.
I would. If I'm the greatest stocker you ever had, I'm going to be pissed because I don't know how to run the register. I'm a stalker. So I understand. I totally get it. Been there. Maybe not on the stage of WWE. Of course not. But damn it, back in the day when I was working, I was the greatest stalker in the back there ever was. I was out here stalking like crazy. I was supposed to be a supervisor. You know what I'm saying?
That was a dope analogy right there.
Thank you. And someone stole the opportunity from me. I was pissed.
You know what?
No, for real though, I did get somebody did steal my supervisor position.
Oh, stop! My bad.
No. I'm dead ass. They said that I couldn't do the job because I was too friendly with the other workers. Yo, you know how pissed I was? So pissed. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is that?
That sounds like bullshit to me too.
It was. Dang, I'm sorry.
BK.
I ain't gonna call her. I was about to call her. I ain't gonna call her that. You was a nice lady when I worked there, and I've gotten over it actually. But I don't mean I've forgotten. I ain't forgot about you, lady.
That was just a little bit of character development. You be alright.
Alright though, for real though. You got anything else?
This is the season finale, guys.
Yeah, it was. This is fun.
This is the season finale of season 5. I am still so shocked that we made it through another season. Like,
for real, you hit that mic, but we're gonna move on.
My bad. We made it through another season. Before we end the episode, I want to wish you a happy early birthday, because we're not going to be recording, but I just wanted to say it on air. So happy early birthday. We in Gemini season now, so.
Thank you. I'm going to accept it like it's the 8th.
So so what you want for your birthday?
I don't know. I was about to say something really inappropriate. As a joke. I can't. Because this would be the one time my mom be like, I decided to listen to your show again. And it was a good show. But then right at the end, you said something wildly inappropriate.
So it got to be a game on the PlayStation 5 then.
I don't know. You put me on the spot. Let me tell you about me and gifts. I just accept them. I don't actually pick them.
So it don't matter.
It doesn't.
Oh, whoop-dee-doo.
You could call me and say happy birthday and I'd be hype about it. I'm like, man, mother, she thought about me today.
So what if I was your sister and I lived down the road and I was like, I'm bringing you a gift? It wouldn't matter. Well, I am your sister, but what if I live down the road? What if I live right down the street?
Yeah, Tiff, I got a birthday coming up.
He's a Gemini. Him and Kanye share the same birthday.
Man, don't tell everybody. No, I'll just play.
I'm telling everybody.
I want some of them Kanye boots, them black ones he had on recently. Them Daria Morgendorfers he had on this past weekend. Was it this weekend?
Who?
That's what I want. Them Kanye boots he had on this weekend.
You want them things for real?
No.
I was about to say, ew.
What I look like running around with some grunge boots?
Kevin said, as long as it's from the heart. True?
Right. Okay. So I think that's untrue. I said true, and it should be true. But if you come in here with some draws, like nobody wants draws for their birthday. Like.
Or socks.
Like no one wants draws or socks for their birthday. But you're right, though. It should be, and it is for the most part with me. As long as it's from the heart, I'm good.
I just want to show the camera how much of a head ass I am right now. I got this Dragon Ball Z hat on, and then I got my Dragon Ball Super shirt.
Yo, you are nerded out today, I see.
I'm such a head ass.
He said or socks. You're right. Damn right. Or socks.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Before we go, though, thank you guys for coming in.
Yes.
Dropping comments, talking to us, keeping the show rolling. Tiffany Red. Y'all go follow my fam, Tiffany Red, man. She has a really dope show. She be snapping about stuff all the time. I be in the comments sometimes. I come through. We're going to have her back on.
We got Kevin in the comments. Shout out Kevin. Shout out Ouija Balls. Thank you,
Dragon Ball drip. The Dragon Ball drip. Kevin, are you high right now?
You know,
I just want to know.
You know the vibes.
Thank you. We try to do good stuff, Tiffany Red. No, you didn't. We got to end the show. We're not finna start
Vegeta is player 2.
See, this is why I mute your mic. She be forgetting that I got the control. I will mute your mic, girl.
I'm gonna flip this over. You better
don't flip it over. All right, we gotta go. We're overtime now. Go ahead and you know what? That's on me. I forgot. You know what? We get on these lives and I forget how things go. Okay, Space Gay.
For season 5 finale.
Kevin said he might be a little high. It's weed, y'all. It's weed. I know.
Exactly. That's the only thing.
It's marijuana.
I know for a fact.
I know for a fact. It's marijuana.
No, facts though.
Should we do more of these lives?
Yes, we should. This is fun. We really should. Season 6, we might have to do half of the season like this. This was lit.
Yeah,
we might have to. And you guys made it great tonight.
Absolutely. Again, go follow Tiffany Red on YouTube because she has a great show. Follow us if you're not subscribed to us as well because we need those subs, man. Thanks for the views.
Subs.
Thanks for popping through. If you was here for a second, if you was here for a minute, if you was here for an hour, it was dope having you here.
Thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Yeah, that sounds like Michael Jackson would say something like that. Anyway, we will.
Say it.
Okay.
Say it.
All right, we gotta go before we continue this any longer. We are ranting now. So Space Gang, do me a favor, head over to www.thebkspadeshow.com. That's Spades with a Z. www.thebkspadeshow.com, where you can get all the blogs, the merchandise, this cool hoodie right here, that cool ass mug. I love mugs. That cool mug. I know I ain't been using mine, but I got this on vacation, and it's been my friend. It's really comfortable. But that mug is really dope, though. That mug.
It is.
That
I love
cooler than the mug.
I love the mug.
I'm sorry.
I love the mug.
Also,
the mug. I just realized you did that. I can't stay.
You're welcome. I'm so corny sometimes. All right, Novacaine, tell them what else they gotta do.
Head on over to Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating. I think we'll probably do a little poll. We might do a little poll or a question over there. Then head on over to our Apple Podcast and leave us a written review and a 5-star rating as well. And
5 stars.
Right here on YouTube. Hey YouTube, give us a like, a share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when we do these lives, come straight to your phone.
That's right. Hit that damn bell. You know what's funny? I was about to say 5-star like your hat, but I realized that's a 4-star hat, so that's not gonna work. That reference is gonna crash and burn.
This the one Gohan had, ain't it?
I don't know. Yeah,
I think
maybe. I think
the one that when Goku was little.
2-star. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Don't forget that like button.
The like button.
Yeah.
Like. Thank you, Tiff. I gotta get used to the YouTube drop.
All right. So for one last time this season, I have been the BK Spadez here with my very lovely co-host,
Novacaine, baby.
Thank y'all for coming through. It was a blast. Season 5 is a wrap. Check us out. Every now and then we're gonna be coming through with some random lives, maybe a game day. Who knows? We'll see. But just stay tuned. You hit that bell, you'll know. We out, y'all.